There was a brother by the name of Keilon Hill. Now, he is from Baton Rouge, and he was out in Iowa campaigning for a Republican. Now, this Republican, his name is David Young. Now, in West Des Moines on October 29th, he was out campaigning for this Republican. And what normally happens when black people are walking around in a Caucasian neighborhood, they start calling 911. And they called 911 on him out there campaigning for a Republican, and the police showed up. Let's roll this clip.
Me right?
I can't.
Correct.
Actually, yes, you're a suspicious person. Someone called me about
Suspicious how? What am I doing?
A neighbor called over here, so I don't understand why you're being difficult about this.
I'm not being difficult about anything because I haven't done anything out of the way.
Okay.
So with that being said, I'll go about my business. Sir.
Okay, I'm not done with you yet. You're not free to go.
Have I done it? Have I broken any laws?
Can you send me one this way, please?
Have I broken any laws, sir?
I'm talking to you. I'm not done. I'm investigating a suspicious person.
You have a nice day, sir. If I'm not under arrest,
Stop now.
for what?
I can detain you. Stop.
For what?
Because you're not listening. I'm investigating a suspicious person. Stop
sir,
now.
Sir, have I broken any laws?
Stop.
Tell me what laws I've broken,
I
sir.
told you to stop.
I don't have to stop.
Yes.
No, I don't. Either arrest me, tell me what laws I've broken, or get away from me.
He's being uncooperative and trying to walk away from me.
Sir, I said, look, I know my rights. And with that being said, if I've not broken any laws, you have no reason to detain me.
Stop.
So I'm going to ask you one more time to move.
Stop.
For what? What have
Because
I done that's wrong?
I just told you I'm
Sir,
investigating who you are.
you're harassing me.
Block of Aspen. Stop. I'm telling you to stop, and I'm not going to tell you again.
And what will you do if I don't stop?
I will detain you.
Detain me for what?
You're not listening. I'm doing an investigation
detain
of
me
a
for what?
suspicious person.
Suspicious person, have I broken any laws?
It doesn't.
Have
That's
I
not the
broken
point.
any laws?
Someone called you, and it's a suspicious person.
Okay, and? You
And
could be a
then-
suspicious person. Mr.
Really?
Ray,
Really?
I feel like you're a suspicious person.
How would I be suspicious?
You look suspicious to me.
Okay, how would that be? I'm in
You're
marked
a
police
white
car.
man. You're suspicious to me.
I'm suspicious to you
Yeah.
because I'm a white person.
Yeah, with a gun. You're suspicious to me.
No,
Now
stop.
get away from me. I haven't done anything out of the way. You can't arrest me. Arrest me right now if you want to.
Here, turn around.
For what?
Because you're not- Stop, turn around.
What have I done
Because
wrong?
you're not listening to me.
What have I done wrong, sir?
Get the phone out of my face. Because you're not. I'm investigating a suspicious
Sir, what have I
person.
done wrong? I'm not suspicious. I haven't done anything. I'm walking up the street. I haven't done anything wrong. I don't have
Neighbors
any.
have called on you.
Sir, I don't care if anyone has called on me. This is not their area. The
This
street.
is a public roadway. So this means,
Okay. It's a public roadway. That means that I have the right to be on this roadway. Yes or no?
everybody has the right to be.
Okay. Have you fucking look? Listen to me. I work for somebody who will get on your motherfucking ass. So I'm gonna ask you one more time to get away from me.
Using obscenities in front of public people is a crime.
Sir, listen to me. I'm gonna tell you one more time.
I don't care who you work for.
You don't care who I work for. The person I work for pays you. So I'm gonna tell you one more time to get away from me. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Get away from me.
Still walking away from me, being uncooperative.
Sir, I don't have to do anything. I don't have to identify myself to you. I don't have to do anything. If I have not broken any laws, I don't have to do anything. So again, I ask you, leave me alone. If I have not broken a law, you have no reason to detain me. If you had a reason to detain me, you would have detained me already. So with that being,
yes, I can.
For what?
Because you're not listening to my directions. You're not following.
Sir.
I know.
Sir.
Turn around. I'm done.
So you're gonna arrest me?
I'm detaining you.
For what? For what?
Be resistive.
For what? For what? What are you detaining me for?
You're not being resistive towards me.
Okay.
That's my question.
All right. You've done it. You have done it.
Yep.
You're a fool. You are a real fool, sir. And could you tell me what I am handcuffed for?
Yes,
Why
because you wouldn't follow my directives.
Your directives. And what were your directives?
I told you to stop numerous times.
And I asked you for what?
And I asked you to identify
For what?
yourself because I'm investigating a suspicious person. Someone had worries.
Worried about what? Have I tried to enter anyone's property?
They were concerned, so yes, you're gonna.
Okay. No, I have not. Show me evidence where I've entered someone's property without them knowing. Show me
There were
evidence.
2 calls on you about entering people's areas of their house.
No, they weren't. Listen to me, sir. I can tell you for sure I have not done anything wrong. I have not broken any laws. So I suggest you let me out of these handcuffs immediately.
Well, when
could you tell him to take me out of these handcuffs? I have not broken any laws.
Okay, did you stop when he told you to?
No, he kept walking away.
Okay, then that's interference. So you're under arrest.
Interfering for what?
Interference. You disobeyed a lawful order.
You were sitting right there and I told you to stop 4 or 5 times to identify yourself because there was a suspicious person car, and I'm investigating that.
Investigating what? I have not done anything.
Okay.
You can't just run up on anyone and just say, hey, you looking suspicious.
If he told you to stop, you didn't.
We had calls on you, like I told you.
The fact that you stopped and frisked, right?
No, you're under arrest.
Under arrest for what? Under arrest for what? What have I done on you? Tell me now.
You didn't identify yourself.
Okay.
You didn't stop when he asked you to.
Okay.
Okay, this is what I'm asking. That's all I'm asking for is your name and date of birth, man.
All right, okay.
So I can log someone.
Okay.
So what's the issue here, man?
There isn't an issue. I haven't done anything wrong,
Sit
sir.
back here.
I have not done a thing
Why
wrong.
would you not listen to me?
Because I have not done anything wrong, sir. So could you let me out of these handcuffs immediately?
Sit back there.
Okay.
His name is Officer Clint Ray. Now, at first, he wanted to say that he was interfering with official acts, and later he tried to say he was soliciting, but he was not soliciting. He wasn't offering any goods and services. Now, they locked this young man up in the Polk County Jail, and they released him. He went back to knocking on doors the following day, where police was called on him again. Okay? So they say a woman invited him into her home so the police can leave him alone. He stated that he don't live in that community, but he felt compelled to share his experiences. So he said that in the 5 days he was walking around those neighborhoods, he got the police called on him twice. But this is the thing. If you heard him say in the video that this particular person that he was campaigning for is a person who supports law enforcement, a law and order candidate. Now, if you know anything about Lee Atwater, we talked about him before. He was speaking about how they had to change the language because at one point in time they could just say the N-word all day. And then when you couldn't do that no more, they had to change it when they started saying from using the N-word to saying things like states' rights or using words like support law enforcement, law and order candidates. At the time, you were talking about forced busing, welfare, handouts. These words came up because they wanted to use those words to describe black folks. That's where that comes from. So how could you, as a young black man, all the black men have been killed, even people in your age group, can get behind and even go do this for free, campaign in neighborhoods that you've never been in, and they're white neighborhoods, with all the black folks that have been having the police called on them for barbecuing, for selling water, for having socks in the pool, for standing outside smoking a cigarette. Any little thing that black people's doing, they calling the police on them. So how could you even actually do that? Well, you thought that you was different, my brother? Do you think the white folks, the racist ones, is going to treat you any different because you talking about Republican? At the end of the day, it don't matter whatever political affiliation you have. I don't care about that mess. You are black first in this country. No matter what, no matter who you with, no matter your social status, no matter your sexual orientation, no matter whatever the religion, whatever you want to put behind it, in this country, you're black first. You could try to run away from that. You can try to identify yourself where you want to identify yourself with. But in the system of racism and white supremacy, they look at you as black only. And let's call it what it is. The majority of them, and I'm going to act like Jesse Lee Peterson when he says not all, but most of them look at us as straight N-words, period. So when they had this attitude that what this N-word doing in my neighborhood, let me call the police on him. That you wasn't doing nothing. You wasn't robbing nothing. You can clearly see you walking around, but they don't want you walking around in their neighborhoods. It's just that simple. Now, I hope this become a wake-up call for him, because when you hear this law and order candidates, that means law and order to control you. That means I support law enforcement for the Negroes, because if they were truly for law enforcement, you wouldn't have all these opioid addicts just be able to be all over the place. Because remember when it was a crack epidemic, they were locking up crack addicts wholesale. But then you got these opioid people and heroin people just running around. They changing laws so they don't have to get locked up. They giving them places to go use drugs at. So how could they be law and order? That's against the law to provide a place for them to go use drugs. So they can't be too much law and order. You got all these white supremacist terrorists running around shooting up the place, punching women, stabbing women, black women in the neck, shooting up synagogues, shooting up country western bars, shooting up concerts in Vegas. How are they truly law and order? So that law and order crap doesn't mean it's a complete law and order. They're talking about for the Negro. That's why you have to be silly to support those kind of people with that kind of ideology. Now, if you want to be a black conservative, so to speak, then you still have to be about black issues. And it's just that simple. You can't support their issues because now what they're going to support is them, and then the worst of them follow that party. The worst of them, all the white supremacists and the alt-right and any of you want to call names you have for them, they love that party. Why? They wouldn't be there if they didn't feel comfortable there, if they didn't have a home there. So how could you say I'm going to be following them and promoting them? I mean, you want to be conservative, and actually most black people are conservative. We are extremely conservative, more than most, okay? But we can't get down with that particular party because it's just an open haven of white supremacists. But I hope this young brother learned his lesson. He's young, he has time to change. I don't write him off. And I know some people would say in the comment section, well, that's what he get. No. We can't say that's what he get. The thing is, if you are against racial profiling, it doesn't mean you're against racial profiling for people that you agree with and those do not agree with. Even though I don't agree with what he's doing, I don't agree with who he was promoting based on what he said out of his own mouth. The fact is, he's still a black brother, and we cannot support that at any other time. We have to have a consistent message, period. We'll deal with him later on some things he's doing, but we got to have a consistent message, because when you send that mixed message to say, oh, we want to complain about it here, but then if it's someone we don't agree with, then we say, oh yeah, that's good, they can do that. Then no one will take our message seriously. So just we got to be careful with that. But leave me a comment, let me know what you think about this particular story with this young brother. I'm glad he wasn't killed in this situation, because there's many brothers that have gotten killed for a whole lot less.